All right, this is the highlight video from GreatStockPicks.com trading chat room from Thursday. We only had, a couple. I hate to say highlights because I didn't knock it out of the park today, but everything I did was low risk and made some money. But I have some other things to share about what goes on in our chat room. But having said that, I wanted to share with you also why I called what I called today. So Skechers, SKX. Anytime you have a chart with this kind of shape, I don't care if it's 5-minute candles or if it's daily candles, but when it goes in, and these are actually daily candles, when it goes into this free fall, volume's increasing. Skechers is a little bit low volume for something I would normally call anyway, and it trades like a lower volume stock. It's not too fun to trade, but I couldn't ignore this. It was worth this possible capitulation here. So let me add in today's candle. Didn't exactly bounce like I had hoped, but going to 5 minutes, all right, anytime you have a chart shaped like the one I just showed you on daily candles, and then it opens today, this is the opening candle from today, all right, so it opens right here, and then does this again, you have a good chance of having some late shorts just chasing this to the downside that might end up with that deer in the headlight look. Now, we don't just dive in when we see this. What I did was let this thing base for a little bit and then called it over this base. I said, and I'll show you in the chat, I'm going to show you little shots of the chat room, but I pointed out 1366 trigger idea, which was right there, and a let me double check, 1349 stop, so 17 cents risk. And from 1366, I mean, within 5 minutes it's over 1407 and did a little second bump up there to 1412 and then just went sideways. But we teach people to take profits into that pop and tighten up your stop on the rest, and it just went sideways the rest of the day. So like I said, didn't knock it out of the park, but Skechers did move 46 cents in our favor. The risk was 17 cents. YGE is another example of that. YGE meeting those parameters that we look for as well. I mean, these are 5-minute candles just grinding down, also ugly on the daily, okay? These solars are real beaten up. But it was just grinding down like this, and then all of a sudden you get a long candle on bigger volume, and then another push down using a method we teach. After it looked like this, I called it at 750. If it got up to there, which would be on the next candle, if it got to 750 with a 744 stop, yeah, 6 cents risk. Let's get those out of the way here. And as I scroll to the right, there's the trigger, and it kind of grinded higher for the rest of the day, closing at 777. But anyway, a 27-cent move in our favor on 6 cents risk that it never looked back at, and you know, on a $7 stock, not too bad. So again, I didn't knock it out of the park today, but all low risk stuff. I called SEE at 23.84 with a 23.69 stop. So that's what, 15 cents risk. 23.84 was right about there. Stop somewhere down here, never got hit, and it did make it over 24. Now, I mean, again, that's not really worthy of a highlight video, but again, you can see the call was good. It triggered and didn't look back, and you could have had, all you had to do was really decide where to sell. But again, didn't knock it out of the park today, but I want to share some other things with you in this video. We're looking at possibly a week or two more tops of being able to accept lifetime members. Now, we'll still be open forever, but I think the best membership after that is going to be a 1 year. Our chat provider has alerted us they're going to raise our fees, and believe me, our chat room is not cheap anyway, and so for that reason, I just can't keep it up with the one-time fee and no recurring payments. So for another week or two, lifetime membership at a great price, by the way, and that's it. And then we're going to go do our best membership will be the 1 year. But I want to share some of the, show you what our chat room looks like a little bit. Now, I've made the font really big for the purpose of this video. I kind of scooted over here. Give me a second. All right. For whatever reason, a lot of the morning chat has disappeared. So I was going to try to show you some of the morning posts, but this still is an example of what the chat room looks like. It's actually still open right now. And what I wanted to talk about was, you know, this is an example right here of where I might post, you know, I'm taking profits in something. The actual calls that I make, which I've copied them all onto WordPad. Well, that's not working either. The actual calls that I make are pop-ups. So when you're sitting there with the chat room open and you're trading, you'll get a big pop-up window and a little chime. And for instance, this one would have said YGE 750 trigger idea 744 stop. That's what the pop-up said. And then anyway, after that, I start typing in when I'm taking some profits, maybe where I'm adjusting my stop to. You can see other members, again, not a day to brag about, 8 cents here and so on, but the other great thing about our chat room, a bunch of great traders in there. You can see I didn't call, I had nothing to do with FCX as far as a short, but you can see some nice trades there. Whole bunch of them in here. Again, probably going to jump around a little bit here, but I'm sure I can find a bunch of them. One of our ETF players, always trading TZAs. If you look here, you can see somebody taking a nice profit on Mosaic. Mosaic was not my call, and I was busy looking at something else this morning. One of our members posted in the pre-market, and it was one of the setups that we love, but it wasn't my call. It's just another example of the teamwork that goes on in there. Somebody posted the MOS gap up this morning after getting killed the last few days. And see right here, he's saying thanks to Big, because I think it was Big Ideas who posted the Mosaic idea. You can see me right here taking more profits in YGE. Big Ideas having a big day, $2.02 on some Mosaic. Again, some days I'm the star in here, and some days I'm just a little shadow in the background. It all depends. There's times I'll get on a mid to late day rant, and you can see, you can't tell what I'm saying here, but all these comments, you know, the key is to keep stops tight, and because somebody's really struggling and kind of trading off on their own. They weren't even taking any of our calls, and they said they're just getting killed today. And you see all these people agreeing. That's because I was on one of my microphone rants. You see all the rah-rahs talking about how this person, they private messaged me and they were getting killed. They weren't even trading what we were calling. And I don't think they were ignoring their stop as much as their position size was all messed up. They were trading way too big. So I truly got on just a late day rant about it. And you can see all these people who have been through some pain in the market. You can see what they're saying here. They're agreeing with what I'm saying. It needs to be said. So you can see, if you've traded any length of time, you know what I was ranting about. Anyone trading too big can really get hurt, and just not enough people talk about position size. We talk about it all the time. But anyway, that's just a glimpse. Again, it wouldn't let me go back to all the way in the morning. We had a whole bunch of posts from members in there taking profits. I copied some of them, and you can see here somebody made $3.20 a share in SINA. Now again, wasn't my call. Somebody made $936 on SINA profit today. Again, not my call. So there's a lot of teamwork going on, and I might be looking for a low risk setup, and some of these other more rapid fire traders are in there calling low risk ideas themselves. And so there's a lot of teamwork in there. And again, I some days I'm the star, but there's a lot of days I'm not. And one last thing I'll leave you with, Sienna, just getting killed, gap down, 2 big red days in a row. Possibly one of our bounce plays that we'll be watching for tomorrow. We'll see. But all right, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I thought I had more chat to show you, but again, a lot of it got erased, so I'm going to leave it at that. We'll follow up with a highlight video from Friday's trading on Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. Talk to you then. Have a great night.